Hello, welcome back. Let's continue our last session. So let us fire up our Unreal Editor and create a new blank project. I just name it until Calip. Just wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, here is our new blank project. Pretty nothing in it. One thing that I usually do is to zero the floor and add asymmetry AR tracked camera. If you are zeroing the floor, I think it doesn't matter. And then I create a virtual pole, just resize it so our virtual pole will approximately match the real pole size. Let's assume that one unit in Unreal is 1 meter in the real world. I put my pole in the center of the floor, like so, and make sure that my virtual pole sits on top the floor. So just build the level first. And then save your current project to whatever name you like. And don't forget to do the settings as asymmetry requirement. Create a new game mode and change the default bound class to none. Also, usually I change my custom depth stencil to enable stencil, but this is not really necessary because this will applicable for billboard. Cooking content and whoops, it's failed. So it says error, cooking could not be started, load the game default map. I forgot to change my default startup map to my level with this name as new map. Sorry for that. Now I save all and try to cook again. Okay, it's cooking. Cooking complete. Now I just set my performance to use less CPU when in background. We switch back to asymmetry and create new compound. And let's drag our track camera, track cam AR Unreal. And I just look for my Unreal project in my work folder. Yeah, there it is. Waiting to be loaded. And connect all the pins as usual. Mm. Okay, something is not right because my output is still black. It is still black and I don't have any idea. Let's check our inputs and camera device. Nope, tracking device. Already set, it's still black. Go back to flow.
2,000 years later.
Yeah, I think I know what's going on. You need to tag every actor in Asymmetry with special word in order to make the actor appear in Asymmetry. You can check inside Asymmetry blueprint. The blueprint will look all of the actors with Asymmetry AR tag. Okay, so let's cook the project and switch back to Asymmetry. It will be loaded shortly. I think I have another problem. My camera is still black. Let me check input. Okay, let me test the tracking device first. Yeah, it's connected to, but still no image. I think I need to push the pole farther away from the camera. Just move away about 120 centimeters. I don't know, I just like that number today. Okay, so let's cook the content again and switch back to Asymmetry. Yep, now we can see our pole. This method means like every object that in 000 location in Unreal will be in the same place as the tracker origin position, if I'm not mistaken. Waiting for loading now. Should be loaded soon. I still got no image on my camera. So curious. I choose the correct signal, but we still no image. Let me close the Asymmetry first and do the video check, video input check. Okay, there it is. I have video. Signal come from camera. Let's fire up Asymmetry again. No need to map the device. I will set it manually inside the software. Okay, open the last project and still no image.
3,000 years later.
So I forgot to connect the alpha pin. Yeah, now we have image. And I just turn the manual lens on. And then, yeah, finally we got the image, and then we can move to next step, which is set our origin. As you can read in the Asymmetry documentation, you can approximately calculate distance between the tracker and the sensor. In my case, my tracker is located around 10 centimeters above the sensor and is about 15 centimeters toward the sensor. Now we can move to next step. We just adjust the manual zoom to match our to match between the real pole and virtual pool. I mean the virtual pool is the white one, not the markers come from Aximetry. As you can see, my tracking delay haven't set yet. It's still in default value. Just do roughly first. Virtual pool. Try to catch the real pool. Yeah. So this is the where is the fun begin. Okay, so I mount back my camera to tripod because last time I got to check my video signal cable. And then I make sure everything is in a straight line between pole and camera. And I check my camera viewfinder, so our pole will be in the middle of frame and nothing is cropped. Let's back to Aximetry, and we need to make adjustment with the scene. One important thing in tracking world is that the scene is catching the real world. That will be no point if you try to catch virtual world by move your tracker or your markers. That's just my opinion. So I feel my view is getting blocked by the floor. Why do I really need the floor? I'm not sure. Okay, so I I hide the floor by removing the tag, so it should disappear right now. In 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, so I can see clearly now. Yeah, as you can see, we can do alignment a lot easier than before. Now you can start using your imagination to match the two worlds. As you can see now, the world is drifting far away. So we start making adjustment by increasing our zoom. What I usually did is pan the camera left and right first. Do not tilt up or tilt down. Just keep it straight. Pan the camera and left and right. This is exactly what Richard Franson teach us. Many thanks for him. So I've been disturbed with tracking delays. Then I decided to make rough compensation with it. My experience with this tracking delay is that the tracking data comes from anti-latency is in RAW and no smoothing at all. So if you have camera with stabilizer on, it will be more difficult to catch the delay. Raw data comes from tracking device and raw data comes from camera is the fastest power. So leave it as it is. That is just my opinion. Also, don't forget to set your project settings frame rate as the same as the camera frame rate. We try to move to pan the camera to right and left, back and forth. So I try to make a rough tracking delay compensation. The lens calibration is not yet finished, but I decided to compensate the tracking delay again. I moved the whole scene just to double check if my two poles are aligned correctly. Just feel free if you want to move the scene, and at a certain point you will find your sweet spot. Now I pan my camera left and right until till up. As you can see, our poles now moving together at bottom right corner. I can suggest you one tip that the tip will be useful for you, I promise. Always use big monitor for preview. So apologies, this time I'm only using one monitor for main monitor and asymmetry preview. I move the camera to check if our poles are aligned together. Move it to bottom right corner, bottom left corner, and top left corner and top right corner. I think it's pretty aligned, and I decided to put another 3D object into the scene. So this time I will put mannequin into our tracked AR asymmetry project. I just try to migrate the third person blueprint, looking for browse to asset. Oh, there. And just just migrate to our Until Kelly project and select folder and boom. Okay, content migration successful, and we switch back to our Until Kelly project, and then we can see there is a new folder called a mannequin, and just put our new mannequin uh, that need to be rotated. Yeah, okay. The camera is nothing to do with our AR tracking because I was too lazy to make things tidy. Yeah, now it's cooking. Go back to asymmetry. It is loading. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Where is our mannequin? Oh, yeah. As you can guess, I again forgot to set our actor tag. Whoops. Who is it? Okay, so let's get back to Unreal and set our mannequin actor tag as asymmetry AR. We cook the content again. Oops. Experiencing some glitch. Still glitching. I'll close the other one. And cooking. It should appear in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there it is. I turn off the markers because it has nothing to do with our setup, and try to move the camera. As you can see, the tracking delay is really bad. I need to fix this. I tried to make a final tracking delay adjustment. This is where your eyes being tested with fast camera movement. I still see that the real pole, aka the tripod, is still moving faster than the virtual pole. So I keep increasing the number until we got the closest delay as possible. the tripod still come faster than the virtual pool. I'll keep increasing. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this for now. But you can make fine-tune adjustment for sure. Now, for now, I feel like when I move to the left of the mannequin or his right side, it feel like uh, his feet is like drifting a bit because we're running out the tracking markers in the ceiling. So this will end our setting session for today, and have fun, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in another video. Thank you.